Well, hi all, and yet another 6D video. In this video we're going to do a dynamic range test, and the 6D is going to go head to head against the Nikon D750, which is fairly old now. They're both fairly old cameras, but we'll put them head to head and we'll have a look at the dynamic range of the Canon EOS 6D vs the Nikon D750. See you on the PC. So here we are on the second half. So we're now looking at the D750 RAW files. So basically for this test, for some unknown reason, I didn't start the base ISO 100, so we'll have to do that on a separate video. So we've started at 16, 32, 64, and I didn't even go to 12.8 because on the other videos where I've done the dynamic range comparisons, 12.8's usually just absolutely crap. And basically, if you're going to shoot with those ISOs, you should get your exposure right. Don't underexpose it 3 full stops like these are. And you will see that if we just have a look at this one, we'll see that there's the 3 full stops being put on all these. Obviously there's out of the camera. So we've added 3 full stops to all the images, and you'll see that just here. And as you can see, this is the first one from the D750. And you'll notice that the metering system for the D750, it tends to always expose a lot brighter than the Canon one. I mean, if you look at the Canon out of the camera, it's quite considerably darker, but I had to use the camera's metering system so that I could underexpose them 3 full stops. It would have been hard to underexpose them 3 full stops without using the camera's metering system, but that's just Nikon's metering system. It tends to expose a lot brighter than the Canon. That's just the way it is. But there was both 3 full stops underexposed on the meter when we did this. So anyway, without further ado, we'll just do the before and after. So this is what it looks like. And we'll also just have a little zoom in. And you'll see, I'll just go before and after. I can honestly say at ISO 1600 that it doesn't really come at a cost. You could get away with it all day long. But we'll just press the C key and we'll go and look at, we'll just shift tab, I'll turn the lights down. So obviously on the left hand side is the Nikon and on the right is the Canon 6D. So we'll just zoom in now and we'll just take a look. And now I'm not going to go to the far corner because you can see that this one's brighter than this one. So I'm going to try and get a scene that's pretty much lit the same. They're pretty much lit roughly the same. I'll just get rid of that shadow there. And I'm pretty much going to call that a tie. We'll just go and have a look at the camera, around the camera. And if you look round here and stuff like that, and then where the Canon logo is, I'm going to say that that's not far off a tie. I don't know if you're seeing something different to me. My eyes aren't that great, but I know there's a great deal difference in it. So we'll now move to 3200 on the left and 3200 on the right. I'll just shift tab, I'll dim the lights, and we'll zoom in again to an evenly lit area, something like this. And to my eyes, I'm thinking that the Canon is slightly cleaner than the D750. I don't know about you. There's a bit of colour noise creeping in here now, but it just looks a little bit finer, does the detail. We'll just have a look at the camera again. I'm just looking around. I mean, it's not, I mean, it's really hard to tell. There isn't a great deal in it, but I'll let you make up your mind. They're either very similar. I'd say the Canon might be just a touch better, but I'm not 1000% sure on that. It's so hard to tell. So if we look on the left hand side now, we've got the obviously Nikon D750, and on the right we've got the 6D. So this is now 6400, 3 full stops underexposed and brought back. We'll just zoom in. Now this is where I'd probably give this to the Nikon now at 6400. Probably say the Nikon's better. Now admittedly I should have done this at base ISOs as well, and you probably would have seen that the Nikon had to kick the Canon's ass. But base ISO for me, I will do another video on base ISO highlights and dynamic range, but it's not right for me in that I don't ever shoot at ISO 100. All my shots are always 8, 16, 32, 64. Admittedly group shots and stuff usually at 1 or 200, but there you go. So there you go, there's a quick look at the Canon EOS 6D V's D750. We'll call it a dynamic range test, but we haven't done a proper dynamic range test on the highlights and stuff, but we've brought the shadows back 3 full stops. And just before I go, in case anybody thinks maybe I'm messing about, we'll do before at 1600, before at 32, before at 64, and then this is the Canon, before at 16, before at 32, and before at 64. So you can see that I did recover them all well, and we'll just maybe just shift tab. So there's your 1600 D750, there's your 3200 D750, there's your 6400 D750, you can really see the noise there now. There's your 1600 Canon 6D, 3200 6D, I can actually see in these shadows there's quite a bit of noise now, and there you go, that's it, that's 6400, 3 full stops, and like I just said, I think that looks noisier than the Nikon, but I'd say 1632, pretty much a tie if I'm honest with you. Anyway, thanks for watching, please comment and subscribe, and a big thumbs up will be nice.